Hello and welcome back. Today I'm going to do my biannual bibliothon reading challenge wrap-up. So last week was the summer biannual bibliothon 2016 and we had 7 challenges to complete in 7 days. I did okay in terms of number of books I wanted to read. I did fairly well. I had aimed to read 5 books to complete the 7 challenges. I ended up reading 4 books and then like a tiny slither of a 5th. And I'm pretty pleased with that, actually. I did make a couple of changes, or one change, which did then mean that I wasn't completing all the challenges, but was more practical for reading like while I was on holiday and things. So the challenges were to read the group book, which was The Unexpected Everything by Morgan Matson. Here it is. And I completed this one. It took me 3 days to read, I think, and I really enjoyed it. I'm going to be putting up a review, like a spoiler-free review, in the next couple of days, so check out that when it goes up. But I did really enjoy the book and it was really fun to read. I wish I'd kind of taken part more in like the online stuff to sort of like discuss with people like as we were all reading the same book, but I didn't do that, so it was a bit of a shame. But yeah, that completed my first challenge. Challenge number 2 was a free choice. You could just pick any book, and I picked Ruin and Rising by Leigh Bardugo, the 3rd book in the Grisha trilogy. I wanted to finish this trilogy and I really enjoyed this as well. I think I'm going to be doing a review of the whole series, but I really love this book. I read this while I was away on holiday. I think it took me about a day to read it. I just kind of like devoured it. I read most of it on the plane on the way back from Spain, so there was plenty of like reading time to just sit down, get into this one. So yep, that was challenge number 2. Challenge number 3 was to read one of the host books. So each of the hosts picked a book, and then the idea was that you were supposed to pick a book and read along with the host and everybody else that picked that book. And originally I wanted to read The Archived by V.E. Schwab, but it wasn't available on Kindle, so in the end I had to pick Maybe Someday by Colleen Hoover, and I didn't get around to this book. After reading The Unexpected Everything, I wanted something that wasn't contemporary, so I picked up Queen of Shadows. But that was right at the end of the reading challenge, and so I got about 50 pages read and didn't end up finishing that one. So I didn't finish challenge 3, which was the host book, but I also didn't finish challenge 4, which was to pick a book that had some of your favourite mythical creatures in. I did like the mythical creatures and mythical things that were in Ruin and Rising and the Grisha trilogy, just like magic and things like that, but my favourite kind of mythical creatures are like fae and fairies and things, so I didn't really complete that one. I did, however, read like a mythical book, so maybe I like completed that one in some alternate dimension, but yeah, I didn't read Queen of Shadows. And challenge number 5 was to read a book that you've been putting off, which I picked to be Queen of Shadows because I've had it since it came out. I pre-ordered it and I've just not read it because I heard mixed reviews. So instead I decided not to read that one and instead finished reading Gone Girl, which was a book I was reading before the start of the readathon, and I was really enjoying it, so I thought, well, why would I just put this aside and pick up a whole load of other books? So I read Gone Girl, finished that while we were on holiday, really enjoyed that. There is a review of that up on my channel. I'm going to leave like a link to it, or like a card or whatever they're called, in the corner, and you can go over and check that out if you want to. But that completed challenge number 5, to read a book that I've been putting off. So that's 3 books so far. Challenge number 6 was to read a book by an author you've never read before, and for me, I've never read anything by Morgan Matson, so I could count The Unexpected Everything for this, so I completed challenge number 6 with that book. And challenge number 7 was to read a book in a different format than you would normally read. So I read a lot of Kindle books, I read a lot of physical books, and I do listen to a lot of audiobooks, so I couldn't pick any of those formats. So I actually went with graphic novel, which is something that I really enjoy but I don't read an awful lot of. So I picked The Revival, and it was really good. I thought like it's gonna be like a zombie type thing, and that's like, oh, I'm so bored of zombies, but it's actually not exactly zombies. I really enjoyed it, and I'm really wanting to get my hands on like future volumes. I don't know where it's up to in terms of releases, but it's definitely something that I'm going to want to keep an eye on. I got that out of the library as well, so that was quite fun to read a library book. I don't know why it was fun, it just was. So yeah, that kind of, I guess that's almost like a different format, library book. Does that count as a different format? I don't know. But there we go. So I read 4 books. I completed 6 of the challenges, no, 5 of the challenges, which I'm fairly pleased with. You know, it was just fun to do. I did much better in this reading challenge than I did in my previous reading challenge. So I think hopefully I'm just like getting better. That's everything for this video. Thank you very much for watching. You can find links to all the books that I read and all the books that I wanted to read down in the description below, along with the links to the Biannual Bibliothon YouTube channel, where you can check out all of the things that we were doing over this Biannual Bibliothon. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!